Thank you so much. So, yeah, my name is Jonathan Antar from IP Video Corporation, and I want to talk about the Halo Smart Sensor today. So, please do add whatever questions you have into that question and answers box or in the chat. I can see both. So, fire away whenever you can. So, before I get deep into the Halo product, I do just want to mention some of the other products that we do have. We do have our ViewScan, which is a radiation-free metal detection system, safe for children, pregnancy, medical devices, things like that. It does a camera overlay and targets the location of that ferrous metal on the body, so you don't have to do a pat down. We have our AV Fusion product, which is typically going to be used in police interview and interrogation, or meeting capture or lecture capture. So perfectly synchronized audio and video. You can use this for a police department to interview and interrogate, or if you're a school district, you may want to use this product to capture parent-teacher conferences, administrator, staff, or administrator and parent conferences, things like that. Anywhere we have to hand out discipline, or there could be misconstrued conversations that you want perfectly recorded with audio and video, that's a great product for that. And then True Security Design. So True Security Design is our consulting arm, and they will be providing services around all of our products. So for ViewScan, it's how to properly screen somebody. For AV Fusion, how to properly interview and interrogate and collect evidence, things like that. And there's a number of different ways it applies into the Halo product, but I'll talk about that a little bit later on. So what is the Halo Smart Sensor? It is a vape and THC detector, air quality and environmental monitor, chemical detector, and it can provide privacy area security. Seems very powerful for a small package, but it really can do all of these things. So when you start talking about all of those different functions, you start to see the different ways that they can be applied. So we have so many sensors in there, and they can provide for signatures. So there are 12 sensors. Each of those sensors do one thing. So you've got an ammonia sensor that reads ammonia, a CO2 sensor that reads CO2, so on and so forth through the 12 of them, right? What those do is they combine together to create signatures. So you can combine any number of them and then apply things like timing or machine learning to any of those in combination or alone and create all of these different signatures. So under our audio analytics section, we have a few different signatures there. One of them is aggression detection. So we're able to apply machine learning to our audio analytics and identify when there's aggressive or loud or out of normal behavior going on in a space. Now, important to know about our audio analytics, even though there are 2 microphones in there, you cannot listen in on those microphones. Audio is not being recorded, so the privacy is maintained there. What we can also detect with our microphones is gunshots. So we have an audio analytic that actually picks up on gunshot. Really powerful. It doesn't work across barriers, so it would have to be in the same room. And since Halo is indoor only, it's going to be indoor gunshots. We also have a keyword analytic. Somebody can say, help 911, and you'll get a notification based on an event like that. So you get that confirmation immediately back from your Halo playing out of the speaker that that event was received, and then help is on the way. So you can actually stop an assault in progress because of that active deterrent of that audio confirmation of receipt of that event. So picture somebody getting assaulted or bullied, they yell for help to the device responds, you can stop that event right there in its tracks. Air quality can apply a number of different ways, whether it's to commercial buildings, manufacturing, or if you want to see something like vape or vaping with THC in a space. So for a school district inside of a bathroom, that's or a locker room is a very typical place for students to hide away and vape. They like to hide away in the stalls or around hard corners where they can't be seen and puff away. So what happens is we detect that event and send that notification immediately. Now we can differentiate between vape and vape with THC. So the signatures do have a differentiating marker to identify the difference between the two. We can also detect smoke. We're not a life safety device, so while we're detecting smoke and carbon monoxide, you cannot replace your smoke detectors with Halo. Over time, we may get there with the product, but currently we're not a life safety device. We're also picking up particulates and volatile organic compounds. So think of where this can go in your smart building technology, where we're starting to identify the quality of the air in the space, and you can react with other systems like HVAC systems, things like that, to the air quality that you're seeing in that space. Students started getting wise to our vaping technology and decided to spray things at it to try and cover up their behavior. We actually were able to create a signature around that illicit behavior and identify that somebody's intentionally covering up vaping. We can also actually see if somebody's spray painting in a room as well. Through our chemicals section, we can see ammonia levels, carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, and nitrogen dioxide. So you can see, looking at some of these different chemicals or combinations of them, you have some other manufacturing or commercial applications there. When carbon monoxide levels get higher in a space, they get a little elevated, people are tired and lethargic. So we can connect to another system and recirculate the air based on that level. We can see light level. This can work in different markets. I'll talk about that a little bit later. And then in our environmental section, we have temperature, humidity, tamper, and barometric pressure. So we can see a number of different things in the environmental section. Tamper specifically is when somebody hits the halo or moves the ceiling tile it's mounted in, or slams something against the ceiling right next to the halo. We could see those different vibration levels and send an alert based on that. And I do see these questions coming into the chat, and I promise you I will cover each and every one of them. So keep firing them in there, and I will get them towards the end here. So how does it work? Halo actually takes in all of these readings, and when you meet a threshold for a signature or a sensor, we send a notification based on that event. And those notifications can go out in a number of different ways, and I'll talk about how they can go out in a little bit. We can also apply schedules where you have occupied and non-occupied times of the building and days where you may want alerts and not want alerts. And that active deterrent factor provided with that speaker that actually feeds right back to you. We also have reporting and trending capabilities. There are some internal to the device and some that are coming out really soon that are even more powerful than that. So you can actually look back into the device and see log files that will show you every sensor every second and every signature every second. And you can identify specific events from there, or just look at actually what's going on normally in the space. So there are those 12 unique sensors. Each of those sensors recording a data point every second of every day. So that's over 85,000 data points per sensor per day. Now you've got 1 million data points just in the raw sensors. From there, you start creating your signatures, and you add other factors like timing and machine learning. There are millions of potential outcomes over the course of a day with Halo. And what's really powerful about this is, from all of that information, Halo is going to deliver to you the notification of the events that you care about in the building that you, in the location, and identify where it is. So you can see a specific location within a building and identify exactly the moments that you want to capture when you want them. Very quick. So let's talk about how that happens. So all of your sensors, all of your processing, all of your analytics, and all of your data logging are actually done on the Halo device itself. That's intelligence on the edge. Now you can operate, install, and work with Halo just as Halo itself. You don't need any other third-party products in order to get these notifications delivered, other than an email account. So you can connect to any email account using SMTP, which is the most basic of protocols that people communicate with email accounts with. So that's your Gmail, Yahoo, AOL, Office 365, or you can do an on-prem solution if you want to keep it off the internet and go with, just an Exchange server, and you connect directly through your server. We can also then connect with third-party applications. We have an open API, number of integrations already done. I'll talk about those in a second, but we can also connect with those products. Now, when you're integrating with those third-party products, we're going to be sending heartbeat data. So on a specific interval, all of the readings go into that other product. But then we also have event-driven data. So when a vaping event occurs, when a gunshot occurs, when the keyword is used, we send an instant notification at that point as well to those third-party products or via SMTP, and that'll send that instant notification out, or pop up a camera, communicate with your SOC. Different things can occur from there. But with it all being done on the device, this all happens very fast. The time from the event to your notification is seconds, not minutes. So we have a number of third-party integrations already completed. And when you look at this list, you see surveillance products, access control products, building management, you see LED lighting products, switching, cloud products, mass notification. There really are so many different types of products out here, and the ways that Halo can connect to them really provides significantly more connectivity and power to both these products and to Halo, because now you've got an event that occurs in one product, triggering events in other ones, and then responding back into Halo. So really powerful. You can just start looking at some of these products and the capabilities, what they already have, and then add all of these sensory capabilities, and you really start seeing how powerful it really is. So I do want to talk a little bit about what's coming out. And when I say coming out, this is short-term roadmap. These are things coming out in the next month, 2 months. The furthest thing out actually is our cloud product, and that's Q3. So we're going to be releasing our own cloud product. This will be a Halo-only cloud product, whereas you see these other products. We have some cloud products here that actually connect with multiple systems. So if that's the route you want to go, you would use one of those. If you do want to connect with just Halo, you can use our cloud product. This is going to add the ability to push firmwares out automatically, push out multiple setting changes to multiple devices at one time, manage all of them, see them all on one interface, so you can kind of aggregate multiple Halos into one place, things like that. We will also be providing a lot of long-term trending and logging through our cloud product. So think about having months of data instead of days of data at a time. There are more third-party integrations that are currently in the works. These are conversations that are happening every week. We are getting new manufacturers reaching out to us asking for integrations, integrators asking for integrations, and we're delivering on those. So we have a team that's dedicated to making sure those integrations continue to move forward. And since we have that open API, it really actually is very easy. We are giving our user interface a complete makeover. I've seen what it looks like. It is absolutely beautiful. They are doing a great job. I wasn't actually expecting it to be as nice as it was. I was, thinking we're just gonna, kind of pretty up some colors and make it look a little bit more modern. But no, they actually went and built wizard-driven tools into the new user interface. They've made it where the device is even more powerful than it was before because of the way you can now see all the events together. It really is a nice look that they're giving it. We're adding more keywords. Right now we just have that one keyword, but we're going to continue to add those. Think about words that bring you into different markets. So words that will actually give you like building automation or smart building technology type of words. Think of different ways to connect to other products with keywords so that you can kick off other systems from a word. Bacnet is in beta right now. That's coming out really soon. So our next release will include Bacnet. We're also going to include air quality index. So you can start looking at the air quality in a space and control other HVAC systems from there. Glass breakage, that's a new signature coming out as well. We're going to be improving our cybersecurity. So there'll be more along the lines of industry standards there. And enhancing our scheduling interface. So it'll be more of a wizard-driven scheduling interface there. Dynamic threshold adjustment is when we start applying machine learning to our other signatures. Right now, we've just applied it to our aggression analytic, but we're going to actually move that into other ones like our vaping signatures. And then an RTSP stream. So you can now integrate more easily with a lot of your other products by pushing out that RTSP stream. So True Security Design, this is our consulting arm, and I talked a little bit about what this service can do. Any of our resellers can actually resell these services as well. So the dangers of vaping is actually a course provided through True Security Design given over the web. So you can sell this course to a school district, and this can be sold to administrators. It can be actually delivered in a number of different ways because it kind of gets repackaged based on who it's going to. So this can be administrators, staff, parents, and students. And you can deliver the content, whether it be to an auditorium full of people, although we're not seeing many of those today, or this can actually be delivered online to the students or the staff in their own homes. So we have different ways to deliver that. School districts with a product like this need good policy around that product. So when you capture a student with a vape device, how do you handle that? What's your policy? What if there's THC in that device? How are you testing it? And then if it comes back positive, what do you do with that at that point? What is your policy? So this course helps to identify what should be included in your policy. And there's actually a leave behind on this course of a sample vape policy that a district can use to write their own from that course. And then conducting proper investigations. What happens when you suspect a student has something that you want to capture, or a staff member? And then how do you turn over evidence properly to authorities? So conducting proper investigations that is appropriate for your environment, very important. People tend to think that you can be more aggressive, but sometimes you have to actually act within the bounds of your state or your jurisdictions there. So. And vertical markets that we're currently in and that we are working our way towards. So education, low-lying fruit, that is the current application. That is where vaping with THC, they needed this in that space, and we provided a product in the market right away that can actually do that. But now you're starting to see that we have created a lot more signatures around the education space, but now a lot more signatures that are out now or coming out that now apply to some of these other spaces. So in hospitality, a few different applications here. You're seeing staff, cleaning staff that are assaulted in the rooms and they have no way to call for help. So having that halo there can actually give them an opportunity to call for help in that space. Or you can see if there are people in the room, if TVs are left on, if the thermostat's turned up too high, or so on and so forth. You can actually see a lot going on in those spaces without interfering with the privacy that comes with that. In the healthcare, we can see positive or negative pressure in a space. So if you've got a surgical room where you need to maintain positive pressure, or a containment space where you need to maintain negative pressure, and also the ability to call for help in different spaces, whether that be a room or whether that be, in a remote area of the building, anywhere where you can't put a camera, you could put a halo there. Smart building connectivity in your commercial markets, air quality index coming out. We've already have the ability to see CO2 levels, different things like that. The commercial applications really are continuing to expand. We even have the ability to use our audio analytics in a space where it could be a residential application and you want somebody who may have fallen down and needs to ask for help, they can use Halo to do something like that. So we're starting to see a lot of interest in residential type spaces with that. You can also use it in residential spaces to enforce your smoking or vaping policies. And then your manufacturing spaces, we can see a lot of different chemicals. You can activate air circulation systems based on a lot of those. We do have to maintain the fact that we are not a life safety device, but an early warning and comfort system. So you can use that in that application there. I had actually seen questions about who your reps are for different regions. So I did actually add this slide to this presentation based on some earlier conversations. But you can see we have a number of different rep firms covering the country here. So we are coast to coast covered and Canada. You can see, depending on your region, who you would be working with. These sales teams are educated. They have demo equipment. They are receiving leads every week. So our authorized resellers receive those leads from those manufacturer rep firms, and they are in direct communication, specifically with myself, amongst other members of our team, on at the minimum weekly basis, sometimes daily, depending on how busy. I know some states are more open than others, so you're starting to see a lot of activity in all of those states that are starting to open things up. But I know specifically I saw a question coming in about the New York, New Jersey region, who your rep is, and that would be FM Valenti. I do have a Q&A, so I'm going to kind of pass the baton here. I know Larry Borghese is next, so I don't know if you want to take screen control or if I have to pass this on, and then when I come back, I will answer all questions that come in between now and then.
Great, thank you. So yeah, what I'd like to do is very briefly just talk a little bit about ADI Academy. It's a new online training platform that ADI has recently launched. So let me just put up a small screenshot here.
Can you take control, or do you need to pass it?
I believe all I need to do is click share.
Okay, good.
So give me a second here.
Can you pass it, Jonathan? I think that might make it a little easier. Oh, there we go.
Oh, I think you got it.
There we go. Okay.
There you
Yep.
go. Okay.
All right, great. So I just want to talk about a little bit on ADI Academy. So this is a new training platform that we have recently launched for our customers. It provides on-demand training courses. We have a variety of different product categories that we've currently launched with. That includes access control, IP networking, video surveillance. We will be providing courses online that also carry continuing education units for those that require those for their licensing and credentialing purposes. As part of our launch, we're offering a free 60-day trial once you sign up and register on the ADI Academy site. You do have to register specifically for ADI Academy. It's not directly connected with your account on the ADI website or digital branch. Part of the free trial, 60 days, you'll get to choose from one of the 3 bundles that we've offered. Each bundle has 5 or more courses that are included. So it comes anywhere from 5 to 10 hours of total training that you would be entitled to for that 60-day period. You could use the QR code here. If you have a QR scanner on your mobile device, that'll take you right directly to the website. It's ADIGlobalacademy.com. That's really all I had. Mike, do you want to take it over?
Let's, Jonathan, how about if I say first, put your slide back up so that people know how to get a hold of you.
Sure. And I do want to play the video prior to answering the questions as well.
please play your video and then I'll read you the questions and you can answer them.
Sure. So let's do screen share back to here. And let's see if I can make this video work nicely. See that okay? Before I keep going, can you see that okay?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right. Is the audio working?
Emergency declared, security notified. Emergency declared, security notified.
Emergency alert, high school board command 101, security officers.
Larry, what are you doing?
Emergency declared, security notified. Emergency declared, security notified.
Okay. So I don't know if the audio came through well. Were you able to hear it okay?
The audio came through good, but we got a, oh, there it goes. It stopped now. Other than I kept looking at my phone thinking that I was getting a bunch of texts, but clearly that wasn't me.
No, it's actually, for some reason, I have a USB device connecting and disconnecting repeatedly, and I don't know what it is, but I have this audio playing through my computer. Maybe I can turn that off because it's repeating through. Maybe I'll just do this. I'll just shut off my, that might help. Okay. Can you still hear me okay?
Hear you fine. Okay, I'll read you the stuff that comes in from the chat first, and then we'll go over to the Q&A. Harold Russell asked, so it is listening all the time and not just for the keywords, which is kind of a half a question. I'll just say, is that correct?
It is only listening for the keywords. So it's not traditionally listening to like recording your audio, because it's not doing that. It's more along the lines of decibel levels and the shape of the sound, as opposed to actually recording audio, if that makes sense.
Okay. Harold followed that question up with another one. In your third-party slide, he did not see Johnson Control or Victor VMS. Are you working with either Johnson Control Secure, sorry, which is their access system?
So we don't have Secure connected, but Johnson Controls is currently very active with us. So expect to see more there. But they do have, they're exact, aren't they?
JCIS.
Yeah, so that's their surveillance product there.
Okay. We got your audio back again.
I know, I gotta, while you're talking, I'll figure out how to shut that off.
I will talk really soon.
There we go, I got it now. I was able to turn off computer audio.
Okay, J.R. Mansberg asked, rapid operating system, instant notifications to 911, GSD. I'm not sure what that acronym is.
What is the GSD one?
JR, will you please put in what GSD is and we'll pick it back up. Put it into the chat so we can answer a little bit quicker. Harold Russell wants to know what is BACnet?
Oh, Bacnet. So Bacnet is a communication protocol that you're going to find in a lot of like smart building technology. So HVAC systems, electrical systems. It's a standard connection type. Think of where you're looking at RTSP for surveillance, right? That would be like Bacnet for smart building connectivity, where you're able to push data and create reactive events from one system to another under a standard protocol and communication platform.
Okay, thank you. JR also asked, can you share the rep from Missouri? It was kind of hard to read your.
Sure. Where was that? That's there. So that would be tech reps.
Okay. JR did answer the question or followed up. Last week we saw Vivotech as a working partner, but it was not on today's slide. GSD, gunshot detection.
So Vivitech is still connected. We're just kind of cycling through that integration slide. That is not all of our integrations. That's just some of the ones that we're featuring in this presentation. So.
Okay, we finished up with the chat. We're over to the Q&A. Joe, you got your answer. It's FM Valente. Are there any UL, and I'll follow that up a little bit more, UL, FM, FDA, or Health Canada type listings that are applied to this product offering?
So yes, we are UL listed and we are plenum rated and we are IK10 impact rated. So if you go down to our cut sheet on our site, which is in the download section from our site, you will see here that you can actually look down and see our listings that will populate in just a few seconds here on the screen. So, and there's also from that site, you can actually download a CSI master spec there, and that master spec will give you the details on some of these listings. So you'll see them there.
Okay. Do you need to be a dealer to purchase Halo product?
Yes, you must be a dealer to purchase Halo from our distributors.
Okay. I'll follow that question up slightly. Do the branches know what they need to do to register dealers?
I'll let you answer that one.
Okay, I'm not sure what the answer is, but for those on this call, if you encounter any difficulties at the branch level, then I'm certain that the res community, the outside salespeople, will know how to make this happen pretty quickly. I'm sure it's a simple form that needs to be filled out and some training that will go with it. Joe Camarado asks, seems like your products cover a lot of analytics. What is planned for the future? I'm not sure that you exactly want to answer that because you might give away company secrets.
Well, I'm very well trained on not giving away company secrets, but there are, I mean, I did go over the roadmap. This question may have come in prior to that. So this is short-term roadmap. These are some things that are coming out within like the next 60 days or so. But we are going to continue to develop more analytics around this product. We have a really good amount of time on our current hardware that we can achieve a lot with it. So just look for new signatures coming out that are going to continue to improve and move us into new markets.
Okay. Since I now know the answer to a question I didn't ask, Gilbert wants to know online training, is it available in French?
So I need a translator, but currently we only have our training in English. It is a constant theme coming up for additional languages. So we are going to place that into our roadmap in a different spot. We're probably going to move it up a little further than it was. We've been asked for Hebrew, French, Spanish. So we're going to develop more around that. Currently, though, our keyword is only in English. So we would also have to expand that capability there.
Okay. How is the programming of a system?
Okay, so the short and the long of it. So you basically set up one Halo. You set up your notification section by connecting it to an email server, which is pretty easy. That's probably the most difficult part, to be honest. You physically install it. It is a PoE powered network device. So you're going to run your cable and physically install it in the ceiling. And now you start getting your readings. You choose what signatures you would like active, and then you choose what happens with those signatures. So do you want an email? Do you want it to make a sound? Do you want it to have the LED go to a certain color? What do you want to have happen? So you just click on your action plan, which is pretty easy. It's kind of wizard driven there. And then if you want to connect to your third-party products, you can do those connections as well. That's probably a little bit more detailed because you need to work with two different systems. We have a lot of guides on that go through both sides. So let's say you get one Halo set up perfectly, but you have 100 to do. We have a tool that can copy that configuration and push it out to 100 instantly. So programming is very easy now that we have our Halo device manager tool available, and that's downloadable from our site. So from there, set up one, push it out to many.
Okay. Can Halo integrate with a nurse call system? Carlos Martinez wants to know that.
Sure. So that answer is twofold. One, there are two relays on Halo. So you can use that method to pretty much connect to anything. You can assign those relays to any specific signatures you'd like. But as far as the actual integration goes, we don't currently have a direct connection with a nurse call system, but we have a connection with a lot of other products that may have a connection there. So I would look at our other integrations and the nurse call system you want to connect to and see if there's a kind of a two-step approach there. If not, any business case that shows that, that nurse call system wants to connect with us, we have an open API. So introduce us and let's get connected.
Good answer. Thank you. Joe Camerata wants to know, is the purple Extreme Networks?
That answer is yes. So Extreme Networks, actually, we connect with their access points by daisy chaining the Halo onto the output PoE port of their access points. And they have a cloud product that is very powerful. Extreme's connection can actually take an event and correlate it with the actual users who are connected to the access point closest to that event. So vaping, gunshot, keyword, we can tell you through Extreme, because you actually log into most networks using a user-specific username and password so that they know who's logged in and where. And you just walk into a bathroom with your device, you're connected to that AP, you vape or a gunshot or a keyword goes off or bullying, and we'll know who is in that space. Not only that, but you can actually find out who is in any space in the building on the kickoff of that event. So you can muster an entire building on an event. Their integration is probably one of the most powerful from the emergency perspective.
Okay, well, I hope you answered that one well enough for Joe. Gilbert wants to know, what is the computer power server requirement to run software?
There is no server for Halo. Everything is on device. So you're actually doing everything right there. You don't need to connect it to any server at all. It is 8023AF PoE powered.
Okay.
You guys aren't hearing my USB go on and off, are you?
We are. That's okay.
I apologize for that. I don't know what's doing it. I probably have 20 things connected to this computer, so it might take me an hour and a half to figure out what's doing it.
We've got one last question, and it was a bit of a clarification from JR out of somewhere in Missouri, I believe. Will the system send notification of a gunshot detection to 911 to prevent almost to provide almost instantaneous notifications to first responders like Rapid OS.
So Halo doesn't do that directly, but your third-party connection can do that. So you may connect it to another system that's got dialer capabilities, or any one of the other integrations, and you can do it that way. I also see a question here about YouTube videos. We just reshot all of our training material. It will be behind a secure page for our authorized resellers, though. So once you're authorized, you'll be able to get access to that.
Okay, and this presentation will be on the ADI YouTube channel, but this is just a taste to get you moving. Then finally, Alexander asked, is it LawnWorks or Echelon?
I do not see a current integration with any of those, but introduce us and we can get them moving.
Perfect. Okay, you want to wrap this up, Jonathan? Say a couple things to get people to remember you.
Yeah, like I said, we are looking for really great dealers. We are getting leads constantly. So we push those leads out to our resellers, our authorized resellers. We have a wonderful demo kit for you, so you can present the product really well. We have a great team standing behind it, and we're under constant development. Halo has very quickly become the product for vape detection. So, we don't really stand with a large group that you're choosing between. We are the product that works. So if you are interested, reach out to us. I'm going to put up the slide for how to find me, how to find Steve Rice. I'm more on the technical side. I don't know if you've gotten that from this, but I'm not the sales guy, but I am supporting your teams. I love getting involved in great projects. Steve Rice and Mike Davis, those are the two on the sales side. So reach out to either one of those, and they can help get you set up, or go direct through ADI. They can help you as well. And then Greg is always in the background supporting everybody. He does a phenomenal job. He's very responsive. I think you'll find that we're a good team to work with, and we're excited to be a part of this.